Here we go. Game one. How do we fix this again?
I got it. You got to go into the
I don't like all this shit. All right.
You got to go.
What's going on here? Bad look.
There we go.
Michigan's laying 21.5 points. Mac, what are we doing here? We got to lock this, right?
I think we should. I think this is going to be Bowling Green Sparty all over again. I think it's going to be a tight game. Michigan off their biggest win of the Dusty May era. I will lock up the Redskins. Let's go.
I will too. Touchdown, Miami Redskins. Let's go. Take the 21.5. You might even be able to get 22. 23? Holy shit. The hell am I doing wrong here? I made the slides like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Clark's saying lay it.
No.
Bieniek, what are you doing here, buddy?
I think it's a little too many points. And the fact that this is climbing, it only backs me up in that thought further, because earlier it opened at 18. Now we're at 23.5. Actually, sorry, it didn't open at 18. It opened at 21. The cocktail napkin has this line at 18. I'm not going to bet against Michigan, but I think it's all right if somebody wanted to pull the trigger here. Michigan, for what it's worth, everybody thinks that like this is a big roster. They struggle to rebound right now. Also, turnovers have been an issue. So if you're giving away possessions, Miami's going to stay in this thing. And I like Max Angle off of the TCU win. One more game in between the Fort Myers look ahead, but I'm going to take the points here.
Let's lock
the line movement. Let's go.
Lock it up. Give me those points. The Bryant Bulldogs are heading to Newark, Delaware. Take on these Blue Hens. It's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Bryant -1.5. No lock. Mac, what are you doing here?
Delaware's been my kryptonite this year. I can't figure them out. They're off that big win at Iona. Then you got Bryant, who's off the big win as well. I think Bryant's the right side. They're a fringe lock for me. I'm going to fade Delaware again.
Bieniek?
I think the wrong team's favored here. I think Delaware wins this thing at home.
It's not by the way, the total is it's 157. I don't know how I fucked that up. My apologies, Clark.
I am eyeing a total for tomorrow for what it's worth. Cocktail Napkin actually likes a total. So we'll see if we can get to it at some point today.
American AU heading to High Point, North Carolina to take on these Panthers. High Point's laid 16. Give me the points in American. Mac, what are you doing here?
Let me ask you this. It's actually not a big sandwich spot. A little bit of a sandwich spot for High Point here. They're off the UAB win where that was a clear get-up spot, big crowd, and then they got the MTE starting next week with Missouri State. That's a lot of points. I like American.
Should we bet this?
American did just lose by 50 to Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, Mac, you got to say the destination too. They're heading to the Cayman Islands. So
I'll bet American here. I'll fade High Point. It's a good spot. It's a
cocktail napkin like this too.
American's experience.
American would be +12 according to the napkin. So let's dive in.
Lock it up. Triple lock. There we go. Who's a real American? We are.
A lot of good continuity. This team's old. I like it.
Yes. America +16.
That's a lot of points for High Point again.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to talk to Zach. Found out my friend's uncle made the triple. Hold on. Go back, please. The triple lock song. He's the lead singer and guitarist. Was in the movie too. He's talking about Miami Connection, which we fucking love. Go see that. Zach, Can you,
Mr. Mattingly?
You gotta hook me up with how I can get in touch with him. Can you give me an email, something? Give me an email.
Colby loves those old films.
I will send. Yeah, I just want to get in touch with them. Want to give them their respects. All right.
Yeah, you know what I realize I'm doing too. I do the team of the week for all these leagues. I pick against every single team I put out a graphic for the team. I butter them up and then I take the other side, baby.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Keep doing that. That's fun. That'll be nice and pissed off about us.
CT the Globe says, I made the Friends song the theme song for my boys' Vegas trip. They all hated it, but I played it nonstop.
That's fantastic. If you haven't seen Miami Connection, folks, you have, or Hard Ticket to Hawaii, I actually recommend even more. That's free to watch on, I think, Tubi, I would assume. I don't know that by memory, but I would just assume they have like every fucking movie ever. So go check that out there. Next up, VMI is heading to. Oh, it's tough to bring it up right now.
Oh God.
Bieniek he ducked out on that show. They're going to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to take on Jeff Capel's bunch. Pitt's laying 29.5 points, and I think we should lock VMI because after the brawl, they're going to be a little bit asleep at the wheel.
You would think, and they had a big football weekend too,
and they have LSU on deck. Pretty good sandwich.
God.
Cocktail Napkin has another good number, but we're eating shit, fading Pitt.
We're locking this.
Have they laid 30? There's a 31.5 out there right now.
Cocktail Napkin has us only at plus 21.
We're betting this. We're fucking. I'm betting this, dude.
Yeah, I'll go in again.
Yes, yes. Triple lock on the key debts. What's not to like about this?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Let's go. 31.5. Time for some action. To quote the great Cypress Hill. North Texas is heading to Lake Charles, Louisiana, where I was shit hammered a couple weeks back. McNeese is laying. Yeah, this is a great game. McNeese is laying 2.5.
It's their home opener.
This number flipped through zero for what it's worth.
I'm laying it with McNeese. Mean Green got that big win at the barn, your favorite place, Bieniek, where we're gonna bury your ashes.
Definitely my favorite place.
Let's go. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think you're right. I think this is the spot for McNeese. Home, that place is going to be going absolutely bonkers in Lake Charles. I don't think North Texas goes back to back on the road here. Give me McNeese. I'll lock it up with you. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's Bieniek. We can have a triple lock party.
I have a bet in this game, but it's not McNeese or North Texas. I'm jumping on the under. Both of these teams play at a snail's pace. But McNeese to start the season actually has played South Dakota State and Alabama, two teams that like to run. And they didn't really, perform too well in either one of those games. This is kind of going to be more in their sweet spot where they can play pretty slow, contain the total amount of possessions in the game. I think the numbers tempo-wise have been skewed against McNeese for the first two games against D1 opponents against this season. And North Texas, another defensive foundation program. Give me the under in this thing. I think this one finishes in the 120s. So this is a bet. So I'm going to take the under. First total play this season in TCE.
He's not a totals guy, but he's going in on a total. Noah Bieniek locking up the under on 131.5. Rob Donaldson said he's trying to get his copy on my TV pilot. Don't do that because that was absolutely fucking horrible.
He did some digging. on Colby's IMDb.
Yes. We got paid a bunch of money to make a horrible fucking pilot. It's a fun experience. I can go to the grave with that experience, but the final product, pretty fucking horrible. Nothing like going to like with all due respect, the director, hell of a good guy. He's super excited, calls you over to watch this thing, and you watch it, and nothing worse than having to fake like something you wrote, and then knowing it was going to fucking be horrible. You know what I mean? Like it's one of the more awkward things ever, because then like you're talking to the producer, you're talking, and it's just everyone's super excited, but inside of you, you're like, this is fucking horrible. It's very terrible to experience that. Anyway, I look forward to and there's a great, I could tell a great story on that. Actually, I will tell a great story on this. Part of why it was horrible, and this will show you show business. The little example of show business to me was I had written a feature length movie with another comedian who currently writes for Jon Stewart, and shout out to my guy Rob Christensen. But we were working on it. We were talking with Sony Pictures to make this movie, and we thought this movie was going to get made, and like they wanted us to change a bunch of shit. We disagreed, and it just didn't come to fruition. But at that same time, we're having these meetings. A buddy who's a comic that tells us about this writing contest, and me and Rob quickly sit down and write this pilot. We only had 1 day to submit, so we wrote this pilot in 24 hours worth of work. A lot of alcohol, staying awake, just writing this thing for 24 hours. And what sucks is my buddy who told us about this had this awesome pilot that he had spent like 2 years writing, and ours won, even though it was 24 hours worth of work. And it showed when the movie got made, or when the pilot got made, it showed that. But it was crazy. Here we worked on something for years, and same with Matt, the guy, and these bozos liked ours the best. I thought ours was all right, but I just thought it hadn't really, you didn't put the due diligence in to make it really sharp, and it showed to me for many reasons. Also, the director had never done a comedy before, but yeah. But isn't that a trip? Like something you would think like, oh, these other people had worked on all these other pilots for a long time. They didn't pick that one. They picked ours, and it was made in 24 hours off. And we were pissed drunk for a lot of that.
I mean, the guys in the chat, Cannabis Capper and Rob Donaldson, they're saying it's a matter of national security. They want that pilot.
I mean, I don't even have a copy, so I don't even know how the fuck I'm supposed to do that. But I could probably talk to the director. I'm still pals with them, and maybe I can figure this out. Once, but it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. So
if you really wanted to Google Colby's like comedy, the one that pops up is the one that Colby says he hates the most. So.
Anytime you do something from 20 years ago, and like that's the thing that's up there, it's horrible. It's horrible to have that up there. I've actually like tried to get them to take it down, because you have to learn, and to have that still up there, it's fucking horrible to me. Like I watch it and I'm like, good God. And there's a story behind that too, but we have to pick college basketball games. What the fuck are we doing here? So we locked up McNeese.
I took the under. For what it's worth, I think McNeese wins the game. I'll lay the points, but I'm locking the under.
Colgate is heading into the jaws of the pussy pack, and they are catching 13.5 points.
It's a hell of a lot of points.
Of course, you have to take Colgate here.
Are we nervous about Colgate losing a close game to Syracuse?
Yes.
Because I am.
Yeah, I'm not going to lock this. Too many staples. Too many staples on the road.
I think NC State's the right side, but I don't want to bet NC State. I'll lay it.
Bieniek, you locking this thing?
No. I'm not locking it. I'm taking the points with Colgate, though. I'm not going to totally flip. from the side that I think is the right one.
Someone wearing a Chris Corchiani jersey. Were they honoring him tomorrow night or something?
Sounds like it from Danny
Corchiani's getting
oh man, him and Rodney Monroe. I didn't even hate them then. They had Gugliotta too. That team was good.
Yeah.
Asheville, North Florida. What's this line? I couldn't find this when I was building the slides.
It's 6.5. North Florida's laying 6.5.
Man,
I'm gonna lock Asheville. I think this is too much respect for North Florida. I love North Florida.
I think I'm with you. They played
all these bye games, and now I think they're going into the hunted role. Asheville hung in with Ohio on the road. They got drilled by Alabama.
Wait, but North Florida hasn't played a game since the Georgia game.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that they're laying 6.5. I think it's a one possession game.
You know, they're my boys.
I know. I love Driscoll. We had him on the show, but I mean, 6.5.
Shout out to Avetta who's going to this game.
Let's go, Avetta. Avetta's on the Florida tour, baby.
I'll take the points. No bet for me.
You can play my music. Let's go, Asheville.
Moneyline Mac locking up the Bulldogs of Asheville.
By 2.
Moving forward, NJIT is at George Washington. The Colonials are laying 20.5. The Colonials are laying 20.5. The Colonials are laying 20.5. Total set at 145.5.
What do you think we should do here? NJIT is so bad.
I'm still gonna take the points.
We have a little bit of a look. I mean, they have K-State on deck. Yeah, we'll take the points.
Yeah.
I am not.
I see it at 20.5 right now, by the way, not 19. The graphic says 19.5. I see it at 20.5. Get the 20.5. Next up, Howard heading down to Miami. Speaking of Miami connection, the Bison are catching 3.5 at the airport there. Hangar 9. I kind of think Howard's a better basketball team. Am I crazy?
Has FIU played a home game yet? No,
they did. Florida. They beat Florida National.
FIU fringe lock for me. I actually think they're pretty good at home. Usually, it's a lot of distractions playing down there in Miami.
Man, I'm going to take Howard. No lock, but I mean, Howard's only losses are to Kansas and Missouri.
Yeah. I mean, who's better, FIU or Tennessee State? I think FIU's better.
I think FIU's probably a little bit better.
Yeah.
Not by that much, but I mean, they're better, but not by that much. Yeah, no lock. Moving forward. We lose Bieniek, by the way. What the hell happened here?
Yeah, I think the computer store got him.
Monmouth is heading to Wichita, Kansas. Wichita's laying 16.5. The total set at 154.5.
Monmouth actually looked all right the other night.
I'm gonna take Wichita. They look good this year to me. I don't know if Monmouth is sustainable with them, you know. So I'm gonna lay it with Wichita. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think you're right. I think I'll take Wichita. I don't know. I don't think I want to bet this one either.
Shout out to It's Eric giving us $2. How far is it to drive for Scattered Ass? Are you asking us this? It depends. To me, I want to hear where you're at because, like, it matters.
Noah.
So it matters because, like, if you're in, like, I've been to Missoula, Montana, or like some of these other places in the middle of nowhere, and if you're gonna make the drive from that, like, every town is like hours away. So, like, if you're in New York City and you're saying, oh, well, she wants me to meet her in fucking Topeka, or wherever, then that's too far. But if you're in like the middle of nowhere, that's a far, then everything is far. So then it's worth going there because let's be honest, what are you going to do? Right. Curious, Louisville to Lexington. What is that time run? Can you, I don't know that I've ever gone from Louisville to Lexington. I would imagine that's like what, 2 hours?
From one campus to another. I mean, I would say 100%. That's a must. As a Cardinal going into Wildcat territory, yeah, 100%.
Being going to get some scattered ass in fucking East Lansing. What's going on over there?
Yeah, well, I need to know 1.5 hours. Oh, dude, that's not too far, dude. 1.5 hours is nothing. You start, hell, you put on this podcast, you're gonna need to. This will cover you for there and back, and maybe then some. Yeah, that or just you could throw on it. I mean, you'll be there in no time. That's. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, get the LeBaron started up. Let's go. All right, go get that scattered ass. It's Eric. Appreciate the $2. Moving forward.
I'm back. Black screen always prevails. What was the line for the North Florida game that we picked it?
6.5.
I'll lay it with the Ospreys. I'm also going to lay it with George Washington because NJIT is terrible this season. I'm going to take Howard. I don't think the Fighting Pitbulls should be laying points at this point of the year, and I'll lay the points with Wichita State. I think Monmouth is rough.
I'm going to lock FIU the more and more I think about it. So I'll add that to my locks. Let's go.
A lot of debate about how far to drive for scattered ass. Deuce is saying Cincinnati to Columbus is the farthest he's going. It's
quite a bit, dude. That's like 2.5.
No. First off, you need to know. I need to know, like, it's a situational thing. You know what I mean? Like, if you haven't gotten ass in a while, then you can keep driving. You know what I mean? Like, it matters the situation. Location's huge, and we found out it's in Kentucky, so I don't think you would go too far. But it also matters, how much you like her. Is it worth? Like an hour and a half. I don't even think it matters how much you like her.
It's just how good is it?
Hour and a half is hour and a half is just like, what's that? You're not even going to need to gas up again. You know what I mean? You're fine. Go get that scattered ass. Go track it down. All right.
Steve the Globe is saying that we have an open invite to come to the islands, Diamond and Classic or Maui.
Wait,
we appreciate the $5. We'll use it to the gasoline.
Yeah,
for
I was about to say.
Jet.
Wait, are you going to both?
Colby is. He might be from Hawaii. He might be one of the ones that. Colby's been begging SCPN to send him to the Maui Invitational for years.
I actually got they kind of got the green light, but then it I don't know. A lot of shit happened. It's been hard. It's been a hard ticket for me to Hawaii. I've burned tickets before to Hawaii.
Damn.
Yeah. That's we don't have enough time for this. All right. That'll be if I tell this story, he would definitely make it to the scattered ass before we got done. Sela is heading to Monroe, Louisiana to take on the Warhawks. Someone told me it's not Sela, which is interesting.
It is Sela. It's Louisiana.
They prefer they prefer SLU, SLU.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't understand it, but who cares about what they prefer? We get to say what your fucking nickname is. All right. It's Sela.
I mean,
all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how it's all gone, right?
Yeah.
Alarming.
Shout out to Reggie. He goes, I'll drive 5 hours for some trims. I like how he's got that pinpointed. That's a guy that's done that shit. He's got it pinpointed. Over 5 hours, I think he passes on it. He's got
that is just in here for the picks, guys.
I hear 5 hours is diabolical. It matters. It's all situational, though, Dusu. I think it's situational. You got to know who it is. I need to know how long it's been, because let's be honest, if it's been a while, you'll fucking drive to goddamn. You'll take a bus, a ferry, everything you could fucking find to get there. You know, like
it depends on how dry the desert is.
Yeah. Guys, I like Sela here, and I think we should lock it.
I'm with you. I think Kiefer's team at Sela is a lot better than Monroe. They were competitive with UAB, and I didn't think they looked bad against Mississippi State. Monroe, on the other hand, I think is a dumpster fire. Let's go, Sela.
Yeah, let's get this thing before it climbs. Cocktail Napkin has it at -3.5. I think there's just a like Max said. I think there's just a different level of talent here.
Triple lock like Sela. Scattered basketball. I like that.
Both on the basket on the court and coaching side. I think just different level.
I once did LA to San Francisco, by the way. I was just thinking about this.
For a girl that you knew or scattered ass?
Well, I mean, it was kind of scattered at the time. You know, like it became the scattered ass grew. All right. Once I got up there, it developed. The scattered ass developed. And then it went back to being scattered. But my point is, I drove from LA to San Francisco. I think that's the furthest I've ever driven for scattered ass. So that's far though. If you live in fucking LA, that's far. All right. Guys giving him a hard time for 5 hours. I think that's somewhere right around there. Now I did go in the middle of the night. So didn't hit that LA traffic. What's the furthest, Mac?
Oh, not long. Under an hour. I've never chased like maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy. I ain't get you fucking you don't want to meet halfway, fuck you.
Yeah. Ken say that's like driving from North Dallas to Houston. Well, you know, I had my reasons, you know. I could tell you more one day. And then whenever anyone meets up with a beer, I'll tell you my reasons.
Takes me 2 minutes to get upstairs. 2 flights of stairs now. That's as far as I'm going.
Clark
honestly, like Pittsburgh was a hotbed, and that was when I did a lot of my scattered work. But we had no football team at our school, Colby. So the baseball team was the most successful athletic team. So we had parties at our house every weekend. Our house was volleyball, soccer, baseball, and each night one of the houses had a party. So it was really, really easily.
So it was really scattered. You're saying it was scattered all the time.
Every single night there was.
I like that. Imagine the first person. Like, imagine they're on their first listen to the college basketball experience.
Like, what is this?
This is the college experience, though.
Yeah, it's like they're talking about scattered ass.
Capper says Noah still needs to be doing the scattered work. What the fuck? The scattered work time is like right now, so I'm working.
I like how people are just reminiscing. Ken's in there saying, I miss taking those trips to Denton. I'm gonna call her up again. You know, I always say Rebecca, but that's Phoenix.
Veronica.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Rebecca and Veronica are the two names that are Dundeeisms quite a bit on this show.
Yeah, but well, I'm asking you, Chad, out there, think about this. If anyone listening to this, I know we talked to there's like a whole Costco listening to us. I gotta remember to send them a bunch of gear. But you know, I'd always be curious, and feel free to tweet us at TCE on SGPN with the longest time you've gone for scattered ass or the mileage wise.
And when you leave a review, leave that as a comment too. The longest time.
And I believe Clark said he flew from Rhode Island to LA. So, I mean, that's similar to driving time from LA to San Francisco, probably, I would imagine. But let us know. Whoever has gone the furthest. All right. On honor, though. You got to do this on honor. Don't be a fucking asshole. We will send you.
I went from Australia to New York.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you look, you got to live with being a lying cheat fraud then. All right. But whoever's gone the furthest, hit me up. Or just, tag us in the tweet. But I'm saying I will send a college basketball experience sweatshirt to whoever's gone the furthest. All right. Drop it in there. We'll do a mileage. We're gonna no, one of these times you're gonna be behind the scenes checking mileage. All right. We're gonna do this. All right. I snags Denver to Pueblo. How far is that? Because the girl can suck peanut butter through a straw. That's in Colorado. I don't know where. I don't know that distance off the top of my head. Does the weekend count? That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good thing. Cause mine was actually, if I'm telling the truth, mine was more than one day. I went from LA to San Francisco for 2 days. So that does matter. That does matter a little bit, but I say, a trip's a trip. The furthest you've gone, it can't be though. It's got to be scattered though. It can't be like, oh, we plan to go to Jamaica together. You know what I mean?
This is a great promo. Yeah, Talkify's really missing out right now.
Cedar Rapids to Savannah. What is that, Bieniek? We're gonna have to do an episode just you on Google Maps.
Geography.
Yes, just plugging these in, and we just figure this out.
During feast week, when we're looking for lines, we'll do it.
Let's go.
393.5 miles.
Hey, LA to San Francisco is a crazy drive. If you go at like 3 p.m, that'll take you 10 hours sometimes.
Alec, I'm very familiar with this drive. That's an all right drive.
Yeah, Cedar Rapids to Savannah, pretty damn steep. I think Rob is an early leader in this, but that's pretty steep if I would imagine. Like I would just say that's got to be what.
Yeah, but Rob's unit size is like $2,000, so Rob can make that work.
Chad's cracking me up too right now. Anyway,
it's rolling. I love this.
Where the hell are we at here? We're all betting on Sela. Prairie View is heading to Dallas, Texas. Wonder how long this drive is. Has anyone done this for Scattered Ass? What's this line? I couldn't find this line. I know I got it. 27.5. SMU's laying 27.5. The over under at 159.5.
We should bet it.
Yeah, we should.
They're off the loss. Prairie View's on their 5th straight road game, 4th straight road game.
Let's go.
Yeah. SMU.
Double lock. Can we get a triple lock, Bieniek?
No, I'm not going to pull the trigger. I do think SMU might put it on them here, but Mississippi State's on deck, so I'll hold off.
I also need to tell the chat, you need to tweet me this because I'm not going to go through the live chat to find out. You got to tweet at TCE on SGPN. All right, and just
don't tweet. Just leave it in a comment after the video. That way it doesn't go away.
I want a fucking screenshot of the mileage from Google Maps. All right. Don't make me do all the fucking work here. I'm trying to give you a sweatshirt, right? Whoever's gone the furthest, show me that screenshot. I'm just gonna be sitting here for 3 days just checking mileage.
Colby's gonna be like, "Hey, Kramer and Sean, I'm giving away a sweatshirt, and if they ask why, this is going to be an absolute trip."
They don't ask why. But look, when Dundee says I'm giving away a sweatshirt, they just said, "Okay, you're good, you're good." But it would be funny if they asked why.
Brady's cracking me up in the chat. He's the timestamps in the morning. They'll be like, "Why'd they break down CeeLo Monroe for 12 minutes?"
Oh man, you gotta have fun in life. Bieniek, you're not coming with us on SMU?
No, I'm gonna stay away. Mississippi State's on deck for the ponies, and I called for that spot in Hinkle. You guys didn't want to. Actually, I think Colby did, but You guys stayed away from Butler the one time that I thought it was a good spot.
No, we locked SMU.
No, I bet SMU, dude.
Yeah.
I ate shit on them. Yeah. Pine Bluff's catching 40.5. I think we should probably lock
I think this
too.
going up. I think this is going up. I think
actually they play the last time they played was only an 18-point game. So maybe I'll stay away.
Texas Tech is so much better this year, I think. They've been stomping people.
I'm staying away. I did my big one on SMU there.
I'll lay it with Tech, no bet. I like another Big 12.
Yeah, I'll lay it, but I'm not betting it. Yeah.
I'm also laying it, but I am not crazy enough to bet this. George Davey. I'm currently loading up Tinder to break my record so I can get this sweatshirt.
Well, no, if you're doing it, moving forward, if you document it with the college, if you document it, your travels to get the scattered ass, we're going to have to send you more than a sweatshirt. Like if you're doing this in the future, like all of a sudden this has inspired a trip for scattered ass. First off, I feel like you should already have been considering this, but if you document it social media wise, like mention that, whatever the fuck, selfie, video, whatever, we will accommodate more than just a sweatshirt. All right. So please, Rob, if you're on that journey,
the tweet has been tweeted.
Oh, love it. Love it. I look forward to checking out all of these. I'm going to have to just make a whole day of checking maps. But
Christmas break.
Yeah. Anyway, we're all on Texas Tech and Bieniek, right?
Yeah.
Rio Grande's heading to Rio Grande's heading to Madison, where they stormed the court the last time they played. And you're telling me I get the Mexicans plus 25 or plus 20.5?
I wish it was 25.
Dude, they're staying within this number. They're staying within this number.
Wait on this because Wisconsin's number is going to grow. I think a lot of people are going to start to buy into the Badgers team. They've looked all right this season so far. I think you might get a better number come tip. But I'm also going to bet the Vic Arrows tomorrow.
I'm staying away here. The Mexicans just won 2 games in West Virginia. Now they're going over to Wisconsin.
They're a fucking wagon, dude.
This game has been circled more than the West Virginia. This
has got bullshit ass, like it's a 10-point game the whole time, and then Wisconsin has a phony cover.
Well, then take it in the first half.
That's not a bad angle. I'll take the Mexicans in the points, but I'm fishy why this is fucking 20.5. I thought it'd be lower.
Clark's cracking me up.
I think Wisconsin beating Arizona has inflated some numbers. So
I mean, it opened at 25.
Really?
Yeah, it's down to 20.5.
It opened at 25. I didn't see it at 25.
24.5, 25.
So
That's
maybe
where I'm just like, this makes no sense.
My intuition and the number growing could be.
Dude,
wrong.
this is like Virginia, though. You take the fucking points every time. Okay, they got up for Arizona. This is like my Coppin State, Virginia, which cashed, right? This will cash. For
what it's worth, I totally disagree with this thing opening at 25. Ken Palm had it 21. Usually that's gospel for a lot of bookies. So
I see a 20.5 out there, chat, right now. I know they're saying 19.5. There is a 20.5 out there in the wild. All right, moving forward. IUPUI is catching 35.5 in Ames against these clones.
Don't do it, Mac.
They haven't covered the first two. They're covering this one. Iowa State. Dude, IU Indy. I know they changed the fucking name. They're terrible still.
Do you know they played 2 years ago? Do you know what the score was 2 years ago?
Yeah, but they had a different.
They went by like 60.
It was 49.
That was also the year they only had 7 players on the roster.
They lost to Eastern Michigan at home. You might as well have had 7 players on your roster.
Yeah, but they only lost by 3. This is 35.5 points.
Iowa State's had a week off. They're gonna freaking drill them here.
I'll join you. I'll join you.
Pocket Iowa State.
I'll join you.
Oh, I'm taking the Zags.
Good luck.
Clones, get it done.
We have friends in the program, guys. This is weird.
Well,
They get a nice check from Iowa State. I mean, it's a long way.
And they get to check out beautiful Ames.
Oh yeah,
beautiful Ames. That's the beautiful is doing a lot.
Rob Donaldson once told me Ames is the Bermuda of Iowa.
I love Ames, Iowa.
Yeah.
Every time I go there.
And guys, Maui's on deck. What are we doing?
They haven't covered one of these. They're covering this one.
I don't know. I don't like this. I'm taking IU in.
Well, then lock battle us. Quit talking and freaking do something about it.
You know what? I'm going to do it. They've gone 0-2 against the spread on these big-ass numbers.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Can't wait till it's 40-10 at halftime.
Lock battle.
The peer pressure worked.
Well,
yeah.
I like
the spot
but they're counting down 7-6-5.
They have Auburn on deck, the number one team. I don't know if they're the number one team in the country. They're number one on KenPom, so they're the number one team in the country, in my opinion, and Mac's opinion.
Hang on,
I
want to play the fucking music. We got a battle in Ames, Dundee, Mac on the Cyclone, Phoenix on Ooey Pooey.
There's Rob Donaldson's comment. He says, "I fucking hate Ames."
What's the napkin say on that one?
35.5. It's right on the number.
Moving forward, Pacific is heading to Fayetteville where they catch a 24.5 against John Calipari and the Razorbacks. Love this logo with this shit coming out of his nose. You know what I mean? He's just revved up, ready to go.
The slobber hog.
Yeah, just fucking great logo.
This isn't the slobber hog, I guess, but yeah.
I struggle with this one because part of me thinks we should take Pacific. Who does Arkansas have on deck?
They have little cock. So, damn, they play a shitload of games before their MTE. Noah, Arkansas. They I mean, 6 games.
I don't know if they have an MTE. Cal didn't play MTEs at Kentucky. They just hosted teams in like a 3-team tournament or whatever.
No, they're playing Illinois on the 28th on a neutral floor. That's Thanksgiving, so
it's not an MTE though. I think it's just a one-off.
Oh,
I'm gonna take Pacific. No bet.
I'll take Pacific as well. But no bet. I mean, Arkansas, they have an act of these fucking phony covers where they don't call goaltending.
I'm gonna take Pacific. I think they've looked all right so far this season. Arkansas could definitely try to figure out some of the issues that they do have here and dress it up, but I'll take the Tigers.
Next up, North Dakota State's heading to Carbondale, catching 7.5 against the Salukis. This is a conference game in football here. Am I crazy to think this line? Are you surprised at this line, Mac? I was a little surprised at this line.
Thinking it's too high?
Yeah.
But yeah, I completely agree. I'm locking up North Dakota State.
Yeah, but it almost smells a little bit to me. Courtney Love game of the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look, what's pulling up what's it called? Southern Illinois. What are they off? I know they've looked solid. They're off the Oklahoma State bye game where they played really well. They have Florida on deck. It's not a look ahead or anything. I just think this is kind of like the Asheville North Florida game. I think it's a one-possession game. North Dakota State's been feisty as a dog. They should have beat Bakersfield. They beat Santa Clara. I'll lock up the Bison.
I mean, my first thought was I was like, I'm betting the hell out of North Dakota State, but I normally hate when I have my first reaction is that because of the line. It's like, if I was to set this line, it'd be like more like 4, 3.5.
I'm taking the Bison here, but I'm not going to bet it.
Nagy's not good as a favorite either. Nagy's a great dog coach. I'm on the Bison.
No, I'm gonna join you. It's just I feel like this is the stinky one that we're gonna eat shit with. Give me North Dakota State plus the 7.5. Moving forward, North Alabama heading to Auburn, catching 27 points, 27.5 right now. I see.
I'm locking this.
You're locking Auburn?
No, I'm locking North Alabama. I think it's a little brother angle. It's also the Maui look ahead, and also I think Auburn has this complex to them where they get up for the big games, and like Pearl constantly schedules tough opponents so that they really never have that letdown, or at least like tough travel spots for Auburn in the non-conference. North Alabama is purposely put here in front of Maui because he's expecting the team's going to have a little bit of a dud after that week that they just had. I'm going to take the points here. One of my favorite.
This is another weight.
Yes.
This is going to climb up till tomorrow morning. You probably get this at 30.
Yeah.
One
of my favorite plays tomorrow.
I'm going to join him on
this
that.
This could be a triple. Tony Poole's got a good team. We had him on the show. He talked about his veteran backcourt at length, and they're good. Them and Sanford, that was a dogfight the other night. And Auburn, I mean, they shouldn't even have covered against Kent. So I think Auburn wins by 18.
Yeah.
18 to 22.
I'm with you. Triple lock on the Lions. All right. Moving forward, we're going to Logan. Montana's catching 17.5 against these Aggies. Man, I kind of think this is too much too, but
this is a lot of points too.
They just drill those teams at this. It's kind of like Auburn in that regard. Like their stadium is just when they get going, they can go on like a 30-0 run in like a 3-minute span. Yeah. No bet here, but give me the points in Montana. Mac, what are you doing here?
I think Montana's the right side here. I mean, I love Calhoun. They've scored 100+ in every game. They got Iowa and their MTE on deck, preseason tournament. I mean, do we think that they're just going to keep scoring 100 every game? I think they're in a little bit of a fight here. I think they win by 13 to 15. Give me Montana. That's a fringe lock. Check the picks page.
Yeah, I don't know if Missouri. I don't know if Kansas City's much of a destination MTE, but Iowa is the biggest game on their non-conference schedule so far. So I think that is a circle it game. So I'll take Montana and the points. Cocktail Napkin has this right at 17. So I'll stay away.
Clark saying he's been to a game there. Yeah, I mean.
Hey, well, the altitude shouldn't bother Montana.
I know, but they are coming from Tennessee, right? They just, so I don't know.
They got absolutely clocked.
Tennessee is low key up there.
I'll lock up Montana. That's too many points. I'll lock up Montana. I talked myself. Let's go.
Moneyline Mac locking up the Grizz of Montana. Northern Colorado is heading to Pullman and take on Wazzou. Wazzou is laying 11.5. It's too many points. I do like this Wazzou team, but
yeah,
I'm going to take the points again. Northern Colorado. I could be talked into a lock here, but I don't know. I think Wazzou could bounce back. I just feel like Northern Colorado is a pretty good team.
Do you know who was on deck? E-Dub. E-Dub, and that's a look ahead for Riley.
E-Dub's beat them a few times in a row too.
Well, and I mean Riley came from
Riley came.
Yeah.
And they're off the Iowa game. They blew it at the end. I think Northern Colorado is pretty good. I mean, they beat South Dakota State in Rapid Falls. Give me Northern Colorado, lock it up. Too many points.
I'm also going to take the points here. I think this is a little too rich for my blood. I do have a bye, or I have Washington State labeled as a bye, and even the cocktail napkin's not high enough to get to this number. So I think it's too many points. Give me NoCo.
Yeah, I'll do it. Triple lock? Is this a triple lock?
No, I'm not gonna lock.
No. I'll pull the trigger on this. Who am I kidding? Idaho State is heading to Fullerton. Mac, your boys. The Titans.
I hate them.
Are laying 1.5. Fullerton gets a win here. I'm going to lay the 1.5. Mac, what are you doing?
I think Fullerton's right side. I'm still just absolutely disgusted from that non-cover in Corvallis the other night. Disgusting loss.
Bieniek, what are you doing here?
I think the wrong team's favored. I'm going to go Bengals. I think they win the game.
Game of the night. The Zags are heading to San Diego, California. Take on Bryant Dutcher and the Aztecs. Wait, did I get this right? I can fuck this up. Gonzaga is laying 11.5, not San Diego State.
I was like, do we lock up Gonzaga?
I am going to take the Aztecs and the points here, though. I think. Let me just check the injury situation real quick.
I mean, even with like the injuries, they've played okay to begin the year.
Miles Bird's a game time decision. Reese Waters is out.
It's a great game.
He's been out.
I need to know Bird's going to play though. I'm just going to take the Aztecs and the points. I'll probably end up betting this. Who am I kidding? But I'm going to go Aztecs. Yeah,
you're going to San Diego State.
Yeah, you don't go into Viejas and win. I think San Diego State could be live in this matchup, guys.
I've stormed the court there. That's a great town. I'm betting
the Aztecs here. And yeah, you could say revenge angle for Gonzaga, but 11.5 is a lot of freaking points. San Diego State's going to slow this game down. They're going to limit the possessions that Gonzaga is going to have in this one. And I don't know if the Bulldogs are going to be able to blow out San Diego State in this return game of a home and home. I mean, San Diego State's been waiting for this game.
This is a culture play for me. San Diego State lock. They're gonna muck it up as much as they can. I think they're gonna be in this game right to the end, and then Gonzaga pulls away and wins by 8 or 9.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm so excited to watch the game. Might as well have money on it. Let's go.
Are we doing a show during this game? Let's establish this now. For the people,
this is you guys. I have to. You guys are solo.
Just go live right after the game.
Yeah.
All right. So midnight Eastern start time tomorrow, or basically right after, maybe 12:10.
Triple lock on the Aztecs. All right, that's our show. Top 3 plays of the night for me.
Shout out to Rob. This is great. He goes, I texted the Savannah girl that I drove 16 hours for, and she responded. She's now engaged.
Huh. Well, she's not married. So there's that.
Good for her.
She's probably like, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, shit, she's up at 1:30 in the morning a.m. I mean, Savannah's Eastern time, so hey, there's an opportunity maybe.
She doesn't know the 300 plus people live right now are knowing that they're talking about her right
now. She won't be engaged if you give her if you give all of us her information right now.
Yeah.
My favorite plays of the night. Let's go with I'm going to put McNeese on one. I like the McNeese angle against North Texas. That is one. 2 would be Southeast Louisiana. And 3 would be the Mexicans.
Rio Grande.
Mac, where are you going?
I had McNeese as one of mine as well. I just like they don't get teams like that to come to Lake Charles often. So I think it's a nice get up spot for Will Wade and the guys. And then I have UNC Asheville and Northern Colorado.
Like it. Bieniek, where are you going?
Favorite play of the day, Idaho State. They win that game outright against Fullerton. Wrong team favorite. North Alabama, number 2. Right now you can get it at plus 27.5. Probably you want to take that one closer to tip because Auburn's probably going to be public tomorrow. It's just a beautiful spot. They have Maui on deck. It's a little brother angle, and I think that Auburn is not going to get up for the little guy. They like the bigger matchups here. And then my third favorite play is the under in that North Texas McNeese State game. I really like the angle of the 2 D1 games that McNeese has played so far have sped them up. Both South Dakota State and Alabama like to play with tempo. I think North Texas, being one of the slowest tempos in all of D1 college basketball, this is going to be in the 120s. So take the under there.
I like it. All right, folks, make sure you give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD, but the college basketball experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. That's where you should be directing all your scattered ass posts at TCE on SGPN. Screenshot of the mileage. Appreciate it. If you can't figure out the screenshot, then
this is a great message from Josh. If you want to read it, Colby.
Hopefully, after all the scattered ass I run through, it leads me to meeting a badass wife like Colby and Mac have, where she's cool with me researching and betting on sports at 1:30 a.m. Respect. Hey, there you go. They're out there, Josh. All right, go out there. Scattered ass for everybody. All right, it's all out there. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, of course. Everything. Just go check it out. College basketball experience. Hit that like and subscribe button, please. 5 stars on Spotify. What's it going to take? Also, check out the college football experience, the FCS college football experience, and everything else. The college basketball experience, the Big 12 experience, the Ryan and Rush show, the sports gambling podcast, which we'll be doing a college football show tomorrow. Yeah. Till next time, folks. This is the college basketball experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
I feel like there are veterans that are older than me, but I feel like I'm on my way to that. But I feel like, if some of the new guys look at me as something they weigh, then that just shows weakness in their character. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I looked at it like, I gotta break down my own rules. I gotta get there on my own. I gotta take mine.
Leave me alone. I'm in my zone. Don't wanna talk to you. I'll get there on my own. Leave me alone. I'm in my zone. Don't wanna talk to you. I'll get there on my own. Check it. 2012, the game's changed. No shells. Digi airwaves, transport to brain cells. YouTube hits were traded in for sales. But record labels still fall for anything that sells. Indie lifestyle till I die or all else fails. I know I ain't the only one because they all out there. Listen up, I'm splitting tongues while y'all split hands. If defining was undefinable, then I fit there. Got hate over my game, doggy, I don't care. I'm in my own lane, ain't nobody else out here. I got no shame, I'ma say the way I feel. And if you don't like it, fuck it, that's the way I feel. Separate the fake, I only roll with the real. The message ain't in hate, I ain't trying to lessen appeal. Y'all can flake if you wanna, I ain't stressing for real. Regardless, yo, I'm still gonna be here. Leave me alone. I'm in my zone. Don't wanna talk to you. I'll get there on my own. Ignorance is bliss, but nah, don't miss shit. I'ma give you a tip go like this. You don't gotta flow like this, don't gotta know how to hold mics and rip. I got old vice grips for fists. I ain't lungs for the pip, twisted like a yoga position, spitting the gifts. Fuck light, I'm up nice when I can't write like I might just quit. Then it's on hits and I'm on it. Yo, before the wave crash, I'ma own it. Stop the postponing, waiting for a bone to be thrown. I'm too grown, slow you roll, I'm in the zone. Just leave me alone. You can tell I ain't playing cause of my tone. I did it on my own, I'll do it on my own. I'd admit it on my own if I blew it on my own.
Check it out. I'm so far in my zone, I'm prone to social awkwardness. You get me out of my home. I'm not trying to hit clubs, only plates and dubs. I need a lock or two for blocking you out. If you're not on my roster, I'm walking you out. I only foster concern for the Fostex functions. 38 and a half, my prospects wonder. Then assume not to call like they lost this number. Life do not revolve around a revolving door. Of do not to no knots. Ain't trying to burn what's on the stove top. Do what you will, but I'm trying to make bills. Get on these bills. You ducks and your bills trying to get in my grill space. I will space out without pills. Zoning on my work and I'm out to scout deals. The reals outweigh your burnout pipe dreams. So I turn out the light on your good night plus nice dreams.
Leave me alone. I'm in my zone. Don't wanna talk to you. I'll get there on my own. Leave me alone.